What are some games that got a remake that didn't deserve it? I don't know about deserving remakes, more like they didn't need one. I feel like the Super Mario RPG game didn't need a remake. I mean, the remake was still awesome and I loved it and I own it, you know, but I feel like that's a game that didn't need a remake. All it needed was a simple bare bones remaster or a port to the Switch digital, and that's it. You know, it didn't really need a remake. But we got it, and you know, it was fucking great. A lot of people are gonna tell you that Lunar didn't need a remake on PSP, even though that's my favorite version of the game to play. But I admit it, you know, Lufia 2 didn't need a remake, and they still made it. They made a remake based on Lufia 2 on the Nintendo DS, which was an Ys ripoff. Ys ripoff. It wasn't bad, you know, but it's like, why? Why? Rhapsody is another one that was like, what? Why? I mean, Rhapsody, a musical adventure on PS1, got a remake on the Nintendo DS. Well, it isn't exactly a remake. All they did was change the battle system to a regular turn-based battle system. Thank you. I mean, yeah, it's okay, it's good, both versions are good, but it's like, why do that? I don't understand. You know, that's another example. Yeah, other JRPGs. Oh no, Persona 3 did need a remake in my opinion. So people could stop bitching about the fact that you couldn't control your party members. You know? It just didn't need a censored remake, in my opinion. But I think... Well, I'm gonna tell you this, it's not like it desperately needed a remake, but I'm not gonna say it did or didn't need a remake, Persona 3. But I accept the remake, and I loved it, you know, but fuck the censorship. Anyway, other games that didn't need a remake and they still got it. Oh, Final Fantasy VII! Now, that game kinda needed a remake because it's outdated and it's not really that fun to play anymore with those fucking graphics and the controls and the 3D environments, the pre-rendered backgrounds, you know, it kinda looks ugly nowadays. A lot of people still dig it though, but I don't know, yeah. It needed a remake, but a turn-based RPG remake, you know? Not a fucking hack and slash. That's another one. But anyway, yeah, those are some JRPGs that didn't need a remake. No, we do not need a Time and Eternity remake. No. Good JRPGs with bad graphics. Technically speaking or artistically speaking. Because it's different, you know. Because some games look like Tales of Berseria, for example, has PS3 graphics and it's on PS4, right? But the world itself is fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful... Oh, technically, then yes, Berseria. Tales of Berseria, Tales of Cestiria. Those are games that should have looked better, you know. But I don't know, they're still beautiful games, right? Especially Berseria is fucking gorgeous. You know, but yeah, technically speaking, those are PS3 graphics. What else? Drakengard 3, legendary. Severe frame rate issues. Screen tearing, lag, legendary. Even though the games look fantastic, artistically speaking, you know, the frame rate, the loose resolution, Star Ocean, the Divine Force, you know, it's practically become a meme. A lot of people reject and trash the game just because of the graphics. Should I say Monarch? It's just Monarch in some cinematics and some animations has screen tearing. At least the PS4 version that I played. I don't know about the other versions. I imagine the Switch version is worse. We can't say Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition anymore because they fixed the issues. But the CGI cutscenes are in like the lowest fucking resolution possible. They didn't bother remastering or remaking the... Well, remaking was gonna be like impossible, right? They didn't bother remastering the CGI cutscenes in Chrono Cross. And they looked, I mean, the rest of the game looks like in 1080p, 60 frames per second now, almost 4K, fucking beautiful, you know? And the CGI cutscenes like 244 fucking p, right? So, yeah, those are some examples I can give you right now, right off the bat. Which SNES or NES JRPG do you think has the most unique and underrated battle system? You know, Legend of Ghost Lion has an interesting system, one of the very first ones of its kind, where you do summons, you know, and but not summons a la Final Fantasy. Like you summon your summons, your creatures, to fight alongside you. You know, for its time, for a game, I think it's like 1980 something. You know, that was pretty original. But Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen, definitely, probably one of the most unique battle systems of its time. Came out in 1994, I believe, and there was barely anything like it when it comes to JRPGs. Really unique battle system, you know. But now, underrated, well, Ogre Battle itself, my only complaint with Ogre Battle is that the map interface, I mean, the isometric turn-based battles look beautiful, right? I love them. But the world map, when your characters are moving, you know, in real time, the interface in there, I don't like it. I'm not really a fan of that, you know. It's fine, I guess. It was fine for its time, but not really. I'm not sure I appreciate that much nowadays. Yeah, those are some. If I had to pick SNES Ogre Battle, NES, I mean, there's probably a ton of. There's gotta be that one NES RPG that I haven't played because it never left Japan. Whether it's fan translated or not, I haven't played it, and it probably has a unique and underrated battle system. Okay, but for me, my picks will be probably Legend of Ghost Lion, which is not that unique. You play it nowadays and it's like this, Eric. Well, think about it, you know, just go back in time in your head, you know, and play it, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is different. But Legend of Ghost Lion is not a great game. It's just not great. It's okay at best. Yeah, Ogre Battle is great, and the battle system is really unique for its time. Fire Emblem was also really unique for its time. There was barely anything like it, and it popularized the grid-based combat, you know. And then Shining Force came along, and then Tactics Ogre, but Fire Emblem came before them. And it had this triangle weapon system, so you could say that Fire Emblem was extremely unique for its time, and that's a Famicom game. You know? That's my answer. Why are oranges orange? Let's stop for a little second and think about that. Why are oranges orange? That's maybe because they are born under the sun, and since the sunlight is kinda yellowish oranges, you know, they absorb the light and become orange, in a sense. Maybe that's why. See, this is the kind of questions I get in these Q&As every Sunday. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people right now watching this and are new. It's like, I wonder what these guys been doing these Q&As for years. I've never seen one. Let's click on it. Let's see what's it about. You know, and you click on it, and that's the first question. That's a super deep, fucking interesting question I answer, right? Welcome to Eric Landon's Q&A live streams. Welcome. Please subscribe. How much are you willing to spend on rare JRPGs? Me and Oscar, we did a video on our channel in Spanish. We just talked about that. Like, what's the price? What's the most I'm willing to pay? Not for just rare JRPGs, for rare games. And I don't know, man, sometimes I've seen deals, even not too long ago, that I let go because I just don't have the money. But if I have the money, I don't know, I'm willing to pay a lot of money, especially if it's something that I'm going to resell. And with that money, you know, buy the shit that I really want to own, rare or not, you know. So I would pay a lot. If for example, if a rare game sells nowadays for $200, and let's say I see it for $100, or 120, you know, okay, and I have the money, and I'm willing to pay that, you know, I will fucking pay that, 100, 120, you know, the least I can do is like get $80, you know, or at least $50, I'm gonna make $50, you know, and then I'll have 100 and something more, and I'll be able to buy more games with that, so that's what I will do if I had money, you know, but I don't have money to pay for fucking rare games, I don't know. But the discussion in our channel in Spanish was about what's the most you're willing to pay for a video game, let alone new retro, old, whatever, something you want. And my standards nowadays are like $30. Like I've been saying this for a while. $30, $35, you know, unless the game is rare, like you mentioned. Like if it's a game that's selling for like $80, $70, and I see it for like 30, 35, or even 40, I'll pick it up, right? Especially if it's a game, but only if it's a game that's not new. Like for a fact, I know for a fact a lot of new games, not all of them, but some new games, you know, are like right now are like $70, $60. Take Stellar Blade for example. Stellar Blade is still going in Mexico for like 50 something dollars. And I'm like, I'm not paying that. Even if I see it for $40, I'm not paying that. I know for a fact if I wait, it's gonna come down in price. Stellar Blade. It's a AAA game that sold millions, right? But then trails into Reverie. Well, I got the digital version of it, so I'm fine with that. But it's got a physical version in Switch, PS4, PS5, and those fucking versions haven't gone down in price, and it's been a year and a half since the game came out. And it's still fucking $60, $70, man. So that if I see, even though it's new, fairly new, that if I see for like $40, fucking pick it up right now, man. So, but you know, my average price is like, I don't feel comfortable paying more than $30 US for anything. Even if I'm dying to get the game, I still wait. If I see a game for 35, and that's what it sells for nowadays, I wait. 30 is like my max. And 30 is for a game that I really want to own and play. Because usually my price is still like my $20, $25, you know. $20, $25, I'm still willing to risk it, you know, in a game I don't know about. Like I did that with a bunch of games. Some I regret. Others I'm happy that I paid $20, $25 for. Like Astria Ascending. It usually goes nowadays for $20, $25, and that's what I paid for it, and I'm fine with that. But then I paid like $27-ish for Crosscode, and well, I don't really regret paying that much for it, because it's an indie game, you know, and it's a beautiful game, but I didn't like it. And I'm kind of like, you know, I should have waited until it was like 15 or something, you know. Anyway, sorry I went off the rails with that. But yeah, like between $20 and $30 is like my price for most games. New, retro, whatever, you know. Unless it's something rare, I pay a little bit more. What's the easiest JRPG in your opinion? I think the easiest RPG I ever played in my life and beaten 2 times, it's Rhapsody, a musical adventure. It's a fucking joke, man. Everything about it. It never gets difficult. You can play the game on normal mode, and there's an easy mode. Just don't play the easy mode. I don't know why you will do that. Normal mode. There's a hard mode, and I haven't tried it though. Maybe it gets a little bit more engaging, but Rhapsody, a musical adventure, any version, like PS1, Switch, PC, and even the Nintendo DS version. Super easy. And then the second one is not that easy, but it's still easy for the most part. Rhapsody 3 though, fucking unbalanced game, man. Easy as hell in some areas, super hard in others. I don't know what the fuck happened there. But despite having those balancing issues, I feel like Rhapsody 3 is like the best game. It's just the more interesting in terms of story, graphics, battle mechanics, music even, you know.